Tennessee Titans fans, it's that time of the week where we hop on Reddit to see what fans are saying less than 2 weeks away from the draft. And don't forget, I have the Two-Tone Talk Reddit page. I feel like every week we only have like one post to read from that page. So the link to that is in the video description below. Go over there, join that community, and post some stuff because those posts get automatically read here on this segment every week. But other than the one post from Two-Tone Talk, we'll be going to the Tennessee Titans Reddit page today to get the rest of the post. A lot of these have to do with the draft. This is from the Two-Tone Talk page. Interesting post here. Titans fans and the past. Titans fans have to get over the past to be able to move forward. Plenty of Titans fans look at drafting a quarterback as a bad thing because Titans don't do well with QB, so that's just how it's going to be. Any other team in our position would be a no-brainer to draft the best quarterback in the draft, but for some reason, we aren't prepared for a quarterback. Were the Texans prepared with the worst O-line in the league at the time that they drafted the second best QB in the draft, or the Commanders the year after with a similarly bad O-line and no weapons? Arguing about whether Cam Ward will be a bust or not is normal pre-draft talk, but you hear these pessimistic doomer fans on Twitter and Reddit like Nissan Stadium was built on an Indian burial ground and everything they touch will turn to ash. There's no guarantee we will be in the position to draft a QB next year, and at this point, none of them are even half the prospect Cam is. An elephant in the room, because what the address QB next year crowd really mean is to tank to get Arch Manning, and I would like to remind you that names don't make good players, and he hasn't played a half a season of football, and most likely won't even come out next year. So curb that as well. Well, there's a lot that was said right there. I mean, tell us how you really feel. And all I can say is amen. Amen to the entire post. First of all, for anybody who says, well, there's no point in drafting a quarterback because we can't develop quarterbacks anyway. Okay, so why do you even watch? Why do you even watch the games? Why do you even buy the t-shirts? Why do you even put bumper stickers on your car or memorabilia on the wall for the Tennessee Titans? Why even bother if you don't feel like when's a good time then? Because we all know you have to at least have a good quarterback. You have to at least have a Jalen Hurts type quarterback. Not even if it's not one of the top 5, you got to have one of the better quarterbacks in the league to be able to win a Super Bowl. So when would you like to take a shot on that? Because okay, next year, are you going to feel better about the Titans developing a quarterback next year since you already have such a pessimistic attitude anyway? Would you like to go to next year or the next year, maybe the next year? I mean, if we're going to use that logic of it doesn't matter because Titans, they don't develop quarterbacks anyway because they never have before. Okay, so what if you applied that logic to any other area of your life? Well, I'm never gonna, I don't know. I'm never gonna leave the house again because every time I leave the house, I see somebody I don't want to see. Are you just gonna stay home forever? I don't even know what I've never had a good experience at Taco Bell. You gonna stop going? I'm not. I'm gonna keep going, and it'll have me on the toilet afterwards, but I'm gonna keep going. Like, you can't apply that logic to any area of your life. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep going. You have to keep swinging, even if you've been swinging and missing. You can't just give up. Also, all of this talk about next year's draft, I agree with what he said about Arch Manning. Like, we don't even know. We're just basing it off of the name Manning. He hasn't even played half a season. Everybody's acting like next year's QB class is just going to be perfect. I see nothing about that draft class that intrigues me. And even if it does intrigue you, you can't guarantee that the Titans are even going to be in a position to draft one of those guys. So I agree with everything that person said. Going to the Tennessee Titans page. Number 1 pick. What are the realistic, this is a classic. What are the realistic chances Tennessee moves off of Cam Ward and trades down to select someone like Abdul Carter? Just thinking out loud, do they truly believe Cam Ward is the real deal? The O-line is still shaky at best. Well, regarding the offensive line, I'll believe it when I see it at this point. I'm not going to get my hopes too high. But on the surface, the offensive line should be better. It should be better. I've said it before. J.C. Latham is an improvement at right tackle over everybody that they put at right tackle last year, easily. Kevin Zeitler is an improvement at right guard over Dylan Radins. And I mean, J.C. Latham struggled moving over to left tackle. You can make an argument that Dan Moore will be an improvement over him. So I think the offensive line on the surface should be better. Now, we got to see how it works in real time, whether Lloyd Cushenberry will even be healthy to play center, but the offensive line should be better. I have said before, I will believe that the Titans are picking Cam Ward 100% when Roger Goodell walks up to the podium and says it. But I'm about 95%. I was 90% 2 weeks ago. Now I'm 95% sure that the Titans are going with Cam Ward. Abdul Carter seems to be convinced of that. He's sharing graphics about the Giants on his Twitter. So I just think, I'm not going to say it's written in stone yet, because like I said, you never know. But I think we're just about got it academic here. I wanted to post this. I'm not going to play the whole video because it's like 20 minutes long, but I'll tell you what, this Tennessee Titans podcast, they shared this video all about Cam Ward, and I haven't been able to watch it yet because it's been a crazy week and the video is like 20 minutes long, but Air McNair, H-E-I-R, Air McNair, that is an awesome title. Ward. I know I have expressed that I hope Cam Ward is even better than Steve McNair, but I want to give a shout out to MCA, Tennessee Titans podcast. Go watch that video. I'm going to be doing that later today. Air McNair. They used to call Steve McNair Air, A-I-R McNair. Cam Ward, Air McNair, H-E-I-R. He's the heir to McNair. That's very clever, and it fires me up. Let's keep on going. This is an interesting one. I'm going to be open with you guys. I have a feeling I may get emotional when Cam Ward is selected. Please be kind. We'll be kind. Unless you pull for the Colts. I think it's a combination of having the number one pick and taking a possible franchise-changing player, and having watched Cam Ward all season since I'm also a Miami Hurricanes fan. I know how stupid this sounds, but like most, I've sat through so many bad and boring seasons, and just maybe this is the first step in turning them around. I'm not expecting the playoffs the first season, so my expectations are in check. It's just that maybe we will have something special. Listen, I am not going to blame you for feeling what you feel. I will go ahead and tell you, I don't care if you laugh at me or not. Remember that time the Titans played the Chiefs in their first playoff game in like a decade, and they came back and beat them at the end? They were down 21-3 or whatever. They came back and beat them. I got a little teary-eyed when that happened. I'd watched them be bad for so long. When they beat the Ravens to go to the AFC Championship, I got a little teary-eyed. When they got beat by the Bengals in the divisional round, I got a little teary-eyed for a different reason. But whether you are the type to get emotional over something like that or not, and I think obviously this person has ties to Miami as well, and so they probably are already a big fan of Cam Ward anyway. But I mean, it's exciting. It's okay. Like, I think in the world today, we're scared to get excited about anything because we're so scared of being let down. We're so scared of being wrong. Life's short, man. You can get excited. I promise you. It costs $0 to get excited for the Titans. Even if this was not the first choice that you would have had, you know what? The idea is that you are drafting a franchise quarterback for years to come. That's the hope. People in Nashville seem to be excited about Cam Ward. It's okay to be excited. It's okay to be hopeful. It's okay to, put all your eggs into that basket. What else are you going to do? Sit around here and expect the worst all the time? No, live a little. The video already ended, but Mike Keith did a video sending congratulations to the Titans organization, and Taylor Zarzour. Buck Rising kind of gave us the scoop on this a couple of weeks ago when he was on, that the Titans were getting ready to hire Taylor Zarzour to be their new radio guy, as Mike Keith has gone to call for the Tennessee Volunteers. And Mike Keith put together a very classy video congratulating the Titans and Taylor Zarzour. I'm very excited for Taylor Zarzour. Seems like a really good guy. I think it's important for Titans fans because if you're like me, it's been Mike Keith my entire life. Just sometimes you gotta. It takes a little bit to adjust. Be nice to Taylor Zarzour. All right, don't automatically come out here and start comparing him to Mike Keith. Give him time to get in there. All right, congratulations to him. This kind of goes back to the first post, you have the meme here of Ward fans and Sanders fans fighting, and then you have me, a Titans fan of 25 years, knowing it ends poorly either way. So I get the humor behind it because Jake Locker, Marcus Mariota, Will Levis, Malik Willis, oh, brother. But I will just say that, at some point you can't, you got to be excited about something. You can't just say, oh, this is what's always happened before, so that's what's going to happen this time. You can look at it that way, or you can look at it as, hey, we're due. We're due a guy to come in here and be good, because we have swung and missed many times on quarterbacks in these drafts. We're due to get one right. So I think, while I do see the humor in that meme, I think it'll be a good time. Look at this graphic that was shared. Each team's last 4,000-yard passer. You see some recent names like Jordan Love, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, even Matt Ryan, Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz with the Eagles, Kirk Cousins with the Washington Commanders. You see a lot of recent faces. For the Titans at the bottom left, you see Warren Moon. That's the last 4,000-yard passer. Now, it could be worse. You could be the Bears, who have never had a 4,000-yard passer. Obviously, the Jets have an old-timer there, Joe Namath. The Browns, I guess. Is that the other one? Either way. The bottom line is the Titans are one of 4 teams that either have not had a 4,000-yard passer or their 4,000-yard passer was a very long time ago. So for all of you who insist that quarterback is not the biggest need on the team, of course it's the biggest need. If you don't have a quarterback's the biggest need. You've got to have it. And so hopefully the Titans get it on April 24th. And we will end with one more draft question that does not revolve around Cam Ward. Which wide receiver would you want at pick 35? Emeka Egbuka or Luther Burden III? My choice is Luther Burden. I'm a big fan of his, but I do understand maybe some people feel like he may be a diva. There may be some character stuff that people are worried about. I'm fine with either one of them. If the Titans are able to snag one of those guys in the second round, I'll be thrilled. I lean a little more toward Luther Burden. I see a little more of that A.J. Brown type build, but I saw somebody on the Titans Reddit compared him to Dorial Green Beckham, so I don't want that. But we'll see. I'll be fine with either one of them. I do think the Titans should go wide receiver in the second round. That's it for Titans Reddit segment this week. Don't forget to go post on the Two Tone Talk Reddit page this week, and you'll be featured next week. A whole lot of this week, next week, whatever. God bless you, everybody. Tighten up. Bye.